So the other day was quite snowy, quite flat light, generally a little bit gloomy. But I was up for a bit of a challenge to see if I could get any sort of interesting shots despite all of this. It took me a little while to get warmed up, but some of the shots I got towards the end I'm really happy with. Starting off with this shot, just looking across the valley at the view, see what I was working with for today. A lot of grey. Kind of like the way the back mountain blends into the clouds though. Walking back up the steps, I pointed my camera back over the chalet and I got this interesting little shot. I like the way that the chimney's kind of poking out of the snow, and then the snow perched on top of the chimney as well. It looks a bit like a marshmallow. Up on the road here, I made use of these low-hanging clouds that I could see further down the valley to get this interesting shot. I went for a really soft edit on it, and I like how it came out with sort of two halves. I was trying to get out of the way of the snow clearer here, but he stopped, so I took the opportunity to get this kind of everyday shot. A view that you see quite often up in the mountains at the moment. Made my way past and then got this close-up looking back with the mountains in the background. I quite like it. Up on the piste now, I was trying to get a shot looking right up the line of the chairlift. It sort of came out alright, but I think if I had a longer zoom lens, I was sort of going for a photo that looked a bit more like this, which I've done with cropping. Around here the snow was starting to get really deep, but I could see a view down the valley here, and I got this shot. I think it looks quite good, even with the cables coming across. I sort of like the mix of industrial and nature.
Oh my god. Oh.
So yeah, it was about knee deep. There's some trees up ahead here, and they just look like they're drowning almost. How heavy the branches are with the snow on them. It's quite cool. Up ahead here, I was trying to get a photo looking down the valley with this tree in the foreground and some of the buildings as well. It came out really nice. I like how crisp the tree is compared to the rest of the image. It can be quite difficult trying to walk around resort after a big dump of snow. Fortunately I was well kitted out and I had my boots on and my salopettes, but it was still about shin deep most places. Here I got another photo looking along these trees, and I really like how this shot came out, and again you can see how heavy the snow is on some of those branches. They're basically pointing at the floor. So then just taking another shot along the same line of trees but with a chairlift as well. It was starting to warm up and the wind was picking up at this point, so if you have a look you can see all of the snow actually just falling off of the lift line as I took the photo. How much snow did we have? Well, maybe this picture can explain. I love the little tufts just on the top of the chairlift as well, it's really funny. Good picture. So starting to loop back around now, and I got this view along the little path with a ski touring trail along it. It's quite a nice leading line in this image. And then I just pointed my camera straight into this real dense tuft of trees and got this awesome photo, which I'm really, really happy with. There's so much texture in there. It's got a really dark, ominous feeling to it as well. Going a little bit off piste here, I noticed that one of the trees had a whole bunch of pine cones just hanging off of it, and there was a bit of grass poking through as well. And I got this absolutely gorgeous photo. I switched over to my other lens and then took it again, this time portrait, really cropping in. I love the background blur on this photo as well, it's awesome. I had to clear a little bit of snow at my boots after going probably about waist deep off piste. Up ahead there was this big mound of snow artificially produced, and inside there's this really dense block of ice, and you can see the blue colour coming from it in this photo. I got another one looking up this piste. Again, just came out really well. The same ski tourer had gone off that way, so he got the same line going up there. And then another one down the piste on the right hand side. I made this a really, really dark, moody edit, and you can see the snow was starting to come down at this point pretty hard. Poking out through the trees, I could see back down towards the lift, and got this nicely framed shot that came out pretty well. On my way back down the piste, I saw this bush with loads of berries on it, and they looked really funny because they've all got these like snowy hats on. But this photo came out a bit flat. So what I did was switched over to my other lens, and then I got in nice and close with a higher aperture, and I got this shot, which is more what I was trying to go for. Again, I think it's really funny. It's got great colour, and you can see the little snowy hats on there. And then I got the same one, just even closer up. Finishing up the walk, I managed to catch this rare little glimpse through the clouds, just as the sunlight was breaking through. Really happy with how that turned out. And then just to finish up, I went up to the car park and had a look down the valley, and I managed to get this epic shot with all the different layers of clouds. I'm really, really happy how this came out. So all in all, a pretty fruitful morning, and I was quite happy with what I got despite the lighting. The photo of the day has to be this close-up with the pine cone for its colour, contrast and background blur. Although this shot looking into the dense trees is a very close second. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you next Wednesday.